Welcome to Introduction to Illustrator. I'd like to start out with a quick demonstration about how quickly and easily you can create a logo without even being able to draw. First, I'm just going to delete my title. Start with some basic shapes. First, I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to color that blue. Another circle. Make that one yellow. I want those centered horizontally on one another, but not necessarily vertically. So I'm going to use that. Move that center one in just a little bit. Bring up my layers palette. I'm going to name that one Circles. Start a new layer. Call that one Shapes. Call that one Shapes. One more. Call that one Type. First thing I'm going to do is lock that bottom layer because I don't want to change it. Delete that last bit about locking. First thing I'm going to do is enlarge those shapes. And then lock that layer. I'm going to make a few more shapes. Let's use the rounded rectangle tool and go to my shapes layer. Holding down Shift. Going to angle that 45 degrees. Maybe make it just a little bit smaller. Going to give it a drop shadow. Let's see. Move that in a little bit. Going to duplicate it to the other side. Let's make a couple more shapes. I'm going to make a rectangle. Fill it in with some red. I'm going to round the corners of that one a little more accurately. Put it on preview. That's pretty good. I'm going to expand appearance so I can work with it. Then I'm going to make a circle that I'm going to punch out of that. Use our line on center. Then we're going to go to Pathfinder, to a minus front. Going to rotate it just by eye. to make a couple more rectangles. Make that one green. Hold down my Shift key so this one is perfect square. Let's make that one blue. Next, I'm just going to work a little bit outside of this and make a very easy triangle by simply using the square and taking a point off of it. Next, I'm going to rotate that minus 45 degrees. I'm going to undo that. Go back. I'm going to rotate that one 45 degrees. Let's make that one purple. Reduce it just a little bit. I'm going to use that same tool we just used previously. I'm going to use, back that up a little bit. Next, I'm going to make a half a circle using the ellipse tool. Hold down Shift to constrain it. I'm going to make that one orange. I'm going to just throw a rectangle in front of that. Select both of them. Once again, do a minus front. I'm going to select all of these and round their corners. Let's have a look at what that's going to look like. Pretty good. Just going to move these shapes around a little bit. So you can see it looks like a little face. Now I'm going to go in and lock that shapes layer. I'm going to make another layer in between. Let's see. I'm going to call that blush, and you'll see why in a moment. Move that underneath the shapes. Go to our ellipse tool. Make a circle right here. Color it red. Go to Stylize and Feather. If you've worked in Photoshop at all, you know that feather will soften the edges. So you can see what happened. We've got a nice blur happening. I'm going to bring up my transparency. Make that a nice soft shape. Copy it over here. I'm going to lock that layer, go back to shapes, because I'm thinking some of these shapes are a little large. Next thing I'm going to do, lock those, go to my type layer. We are going to set type on a circle. Switch my stroke and fill so that I can see what I'm doing. Move that a little bit. set some type in white. I'm going to copy from a text edit document because I'm a terrible typist. And I'm going to go to my type on a path tool. Click on there. Paste it. Turn it white so I can see what I'm doing. Go to my type palette. Go to my type palette. And let's give that nice kid type font. Make it larger. Drag it around so that it's where we want it. I'm going to go back to my layers. I am going to duplicate that one. Lock the original. Drag that type around. Once again, I'm just going to copy and paste that. Baseline shift that down. I'm going to track it in. Maybe just a little bit more. And finally, I'm going to go back to my layers. I'm going to unlock the other one. So we have all of our type able to be changed. I'm going to make that font just a little bit bigger. Maybe not quite that big. I'm going to baseline shift that word imagination down a little bit more. Going to select all, put another little drop shadow on that. It's a little subtle. So now you can see in under 15 minutes I've created a basic logo. It's not the world's most earth-shattering design, but you can start to see the potential of what you can do